So you're ready to escape winter and experience endless summer right here in the Palm Beaches. My name is Jason Rash. I not only live here, but I love it here. I'm a real estate agent and I'm going to be your guide. In this video, I'm going to show you everything that you need to know before moving to the Palm Beaches. So grab your towel, get your sunscreen, and let's get our feet wet. As I say in real estate, location, 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 and Palm Beach County is no different. Right now, there's about 1.9 million people living here. In Palm Beach County, we're all on this little bitty sliver, so location is very important. The question that you got to ask yourself is, what do you want to be near? Do you want to be near beach? Do you want to be near golfing? Do you want to be near fishing? Do you want to be near great shopping, restaurants, schools? Things like that are all really important because with 1.9 million people in this little bitty area, traffic can get thick. Live close as possible to where you want to go on the regular. And additionally, here we have different types of property. We have waterfront, we have beachfront, we have oceanfront, and we have land. That's pretty much where you're going to go. So make sure that you know what it is you want and do your due diligence. Next up, we have weather. Weather is fantastic here year round. I don't care what anybody tells you. Yes, it does get a little hot, but I guarantee you it gets a little bit of cold where you're at too as well. The hot season is between June and September. What makes it hot is that it's still 80 something degrees during the day. The issue that makes it hot is that it's still 85 degrees at night, if not warmer. There's no escape from it. So the closer that you live to the ocean, you're going to get a coastal breeze. This is a breeze about 10 miles an hour. It's going to blow back the mosquitoes. It's going to blow back the humidity. It's going to blow back all that heat. And at nighttime, oh my God, I'm getting chill bumps on my arm right now. I can just hear the wind whistling through the palm trees. Again, it's nothing that's going to like blow the hat off your head. Maybe if there's like a storm coming in, but more than that, it's just going to be like a constant little breeze. It's also important to understand that whenever the further inland that you go, every single mile that you go inland, it's going to get hotter. You're going to have less of a breeze. And yes, those Florida bugs are real. The bugs are going to be bigger. Now, if you live way out west, out in Wellington, which is a great place for land, but the wind out there is almost non-existent and it's almost stagnant air. Additionally, the bugs are huge and so are the iguanas. But if that's what you're going for, that's where you want to live. I know what you came here for. You want to know what the heck to do here, right? You moved here, you're around all these people. Oh my God, I'm going to go crazy if I don't get out of my apartment or my house. I totally get it. We got a lot of cool things here. The first up is boating. I mean, there is a lot of boating here. We have the intercoastal. If you don't want to go out on the ocean, experience those haul waves, you could stay right inside the intercoastal. We have different islands inside the intercoastal, which is super cool. You have Peanut Island. You've got a lot of other cool things through there. One thing I would recommend though is whenever you're going and you're riding on a boat in the intercoastal, and you should do this, you should totally rent a boat and go on tour. Like, it's so cool. They have services that will rent that out. What's cool is seeing the land from the ocean. Like, it's a completely different experience, especially at night. You're going to see all the lights. You're going to see the buildings. It's all taken because, again, you're getting that coastal breeze and you're right on the water and it's nighttime. You can huddle up, grab your favorite beverage and just really, really take it all in. It's definitely a sight to behold. The next thing is we got fishing. I know that there's a lot of people watching this video like, is there any fishing out there? I can promise you for a fact there is tuna, there's shark, there's all sorts of little minnows. I see people all the time pulling things up out of the ocean. They're standing literally on the ocean, or they're on the beach throwing their lines out there and they're catching all these huge fish. And I'm like, oh my God, that thing was swimming right next to me. And they're like, yeah, dog. And I'm like, so there is a lot of fish here. I'm not going to claim to be a fisherman. Trust me, you don't want to see me fishing. I think I have too much energy to go fishing. But the cool thing about this is if you want to go fishing, they have all that types of stuff for you as well. This is by far an understatement because South Florida is the, golfing capitals of the world, especially Palm Beach, golfing capital of the world. You have Trump International, you have PGA, hello, and you also have Panther National, which is opening up, which is a great golf course, 400 acres, literally opens up. They're having a big, huge grand opening here in just a few weeks, but it's something you want to check out. If you love golfing, you are in the golf mecca. I'm not even going to say the center, the mecca of the world. And going golfing, you're going to want to go out to restaurants right after that. Palm Beach County has some unbelievable restaurants. I mean, I'm just going to throw one off the top of my head. You have the Breakers down in West Palm Beach. I mean, there is a lot to do here with a lot of great places to take people, very high-end restaurants. And I will say, I live up in Palm Beach Gardens, and this is probably the only place in the world I've ever seen this. Every single night, all night, every restaurant is full. Like, you can't even get in anywhere, especially when the snowbirds get here. The food is that good, by the way. We have a Seasons 52 where I'm at. Let's talk about beaches, okay? This is super cool. You got Palm Beach. I know you're hearing about all these beaches. Like, all the beaches are great, but there's one beach that I want to talk about real quick is Juno Beach. This Juno Beach is unique. Juno Beach has the dog beach. This is a really cool beach where you can let your dog off leash. They can go run. They can go communicate with other dogs. They can run up to people, like, especially as they're like sunbathing and the dog comes up and they start licking on their face. They won't get mad. They won't get mad because they understand that, hey, look, they're on the dog beach side. So whenever you see the Juno Pier, you want to Google it, Juno Pier, and you can go over there and let your dog off leash. It's a really cool thing. Now, I know what you're thinking right here. With all this action going on, there's got to be somebody of importance. Number one, you are important. Number two, I'm important. But number three, there's a lot of celebrities here. I just found out the other day that one of the guys from Metallica lives here, along with Kid Rock. Warren Buffett lives here over in Palm Beach. Lastly, obviously, the luxury real estate. Who doesn't like to ride by and see luxury real estate? We're talking properties from like $10 million and up. I've hosted some open houses. These are 8,000, 9,000 square foot homes, palaces. I mean, it's fantastic. You're going to get your feel whether or not you want stuff to do, whether or not you want to get something to eat, and if you want to go on that luxury home tour. Now, where to live? I know what you're thinking. Like, you want to be, I-95 runs down the center of the seaboard. You want to be on the right side. That's to the east of 95. To the west is okay, but to the east is much better. So you got oceanfront, which is on the beach, obviously. You got waterfront, which is in the harbor. And then you have land. Land is going to be out west. So the further west you go from the beach, the more land you're going to be able to get. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jason, you've given me everything that I need to know. Waterfront, land, I've got all that. I've heard about the coastal breeze. I know about living east of 95, but where do I actually live? I'm going to give you a couple of cities. The first one, Boca Raton. This is a busy young professionals area. This is a really cool if you're raising a family. These people go out probably 2 to 3 times a week and like out to dinner. This is a really, really cool area if you're a young, busy professional. Next up on the list, we have Delray. This is a trendy, hip art area where a lot of people who are creatives live. And when I say art, like really, really art district, even their lifeguard tower has been painted to like some sort of a Instagrammable photo. It's fantastic. What's great about this place is they have Pineapple Cove. They have a lot of hip. It's like super busy. Like 20-year-olds live here. Not a lot of people raising families because you're going to have high density living, which is like condos and things like that. But more importantly, this place for me is a lot like New York City. It's fun to visit, but I don't want to live there. Next up, we have Lake Worth Beach. This is an older community. This is homes that were built in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s, and it's transitioning now because second-generation owners, they're your grandma's age. They're transitioning out, and so are the houses. People are doing renos. They're doing full renos. The tenants are moving, or the homeowners are moving on. But more importantly, they're either going to tear it down or they're going to renovate it. Whole entire place is in transition, but it's a place that you don't want to leave off your list because they got some really cool 1950s homes there. You may want to check that out. West Palm Beach. Yes, I love West Palm. If they do a Netflix special selling West Palm or selling Palm Beach, this is where they're going to do it at. This is what whenever you hear about Palm Beach, this is where you hear about it. You got the Mar-a-Lago, you got the Donald Trump, you got the $73 million homes. This is where everyone moves. Warren Buffett lives here. Whenever you hear about this, this is where you got to go, to West Palm Beach. Now, I'm not going to live there because I can't afford it. But I'm just saying they got the great shopping. They've got the breakers there. This is where they're going to be at. It's all in West Palm. Luxury living at its finest. Next up, we have Palm Beach Gardens. This is where I live. I absolutely love it here. This is like a sleeper city. So this is for a little bit more young professionals. I wouldn't say young professionals. I'd say probably 40s to 50s, possibly early 60 professionals. People still go out here. You do have some snowbirds that come here because it's a little bit more sleepy than, let's say, Boca Raton. But I will say on Saturday night, you can go outside about 9:30 p.m. and there's no sound. Like literally, like all the road noise is gone because the older people have gone back inside. But I love it here. We're right near Jupiter, which is up next on the list. Jupiter, Florida is really, really cool. The further north you go, the less busier as it gets, as you haven't probably figured that out from Boca all the way up to Jupiter. Jupiter, Florida, it's coming around. It used to be really, really laid back, obviously, until Kid Rock moved there and the guy from Metallica moved there, but it's still coming around. It's really, really cool. You'll want to check it out. Lots of boating, lots of activities, and that iconic lighthouse. That's where you're going to want to get the family photo in front of. Houses, condos, apartments, or mobile home? That's right. They have mobile homes here too. I know Palm Beach Gardens is expensive. You probably looked at some of the land on Zillow. Oh my God, $750,000 for a house with bars on it. Look, there's a $200,000 mobile home here. I'm telling you, I looked at it. I was like, $200,000 for a mobile home. Listen, look, you can live in all these areas, okay? But single family home is the most coveted of all real estate here. It's your little place to go. This is where I have my kingdom at. It's not too much land to manage because it can get out of hand down here in the jungle. And it's not like you're up in a condo just like twisting around and ain't got nowhere to go. A couple of communities to think about here. We have Alton. Alton is a brand new community. It's huge, like massive complex. They have like a Home Depot in there. They got a Starbucks. They've got a Bole. All housing types are in there. They've got small, mid, and expensive housing types. The next up is going to be Avenir. Avenir is further out west, but they have their own golf course. Again, I mentioned Panther Nationals coming up, 400 acres. If you love golf, you're literally going to be able to walk out your back door and you can play golf with Jack Nicklaus. Next up, Artistry. Artistry is a really cool area. It's kind of like it was dug into the side between the turnpike and the interstate, like a triangle. I don't know. I guess somebody, that was the only blank piece of land that was out there, but they just stuck a whole neighborhood in there. And the houses are really tight. They're really, really nice. And they have some amenities with a clubhouse. But if you're looking for something that's close to the action and close to the beach, that's going to be where you want to go. Some other communities off the top of my head in Palm Beach Gardens, you've got Evergreen. It's a little bit older, but the houses are a little cheaper, probably around $750,000. You have the Bluffs. I love the Bluffs. The Bluffs is right next to Juno Beach, and they're really, really cool. They would make some great Airbnb, so you want to check that out. Obviously, you have PGA, which is obviously on the PGA golf course, so check out those communities as well. Last but not least, I can't leave the celebrities out. We've got the Bears Club and we have Admirals Cove. Inside the Bears Club, you're going to find Michael Jordan. Some other celebrities live there, but they live there in secret, so I don't know who they are. But inside Admirals Cove, you've got Donald Trump Jr., you've got Eric Trump, and I'm guessing the DT himself drops by and says, "What up, dog? Let me hop in your boat." But that's where you're going to find them at because they got to live somewhere too, and that's where they live. And by the way, you try to get up in there, they're not going to let you in. I tried to get in there. I was like, there's an open house. And they're like, we don't care who you are. You ain't coming up in there. So just know the security's tight. Now, we talked about communities with HOAs, homeowners associations. Some of these are really high, $500 a month or more. Now, there are communities out there in pockets of people that do not have an HOA. Make sure to explore those and what those are, and that you don't get somebody like Rhonda across the street who's painted her house purple, because HOAs do serve a purpose, but at the same time, I know that many people are tired of the prying eyes of the HOA. So make sure to do your due diligence. If you want land can be found out west in Wellington. So the further west that you go from I-95, the more land you're going to find. Majority of people, whenever they buy a piece of land here, that's manageable is about a 1 acre lot. Beyond that, you're going to need like a riding lawnmower, one of those zero turns. You're going to need like a team of people with machetes out there. Because again, we're in South Florida. It rains, it's humid, things grow, and they grow really fast. So if you're looking to do a lot of maintenance, that's where you want to live. If you're looking for less maintenance, then you're going to want to come closer back towards the interstate because the houses are bigger and the lots are smaller. Up next, we have condos. Condos are fantastic. They're really down at West Palm. However, the Surfside tragedy has made it where condo associations are starting to do assessments and they are reassessing everything. So just watch out for hidden fees with that. And last but not least, apartments. Apartments are exactly like condos. You can't own them, but you can live in them. And that's what I live in. I'm just kind of waiting to see what the market does. An apartment's going to run you about a 1 bedroom, 1 bath right now inside Palm Beach Gardens. It's going to be about $1,900. But a 3-2 like I have is going to be about $3,800. So just to give you a price variance. But there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different places to live out here. And the last reason to move here, opportunity. There's a lot of people here doing a lot of big things, a lot of big money. They're moving, they're shaking. This is why I moved here. I will pay any amount of money to be close to opportunity. Where I'm at in my life, I feel like I'm over all the materialistic stuff. I'm over just paying money for stuff and thinking that it's going to lead somewhere. I would rather build a business. I would rather be connected with the power players in the community. I would rather be connected with people who are doing something. And I'd rather have more greater quality friends in my network that are going places in life. I'm betting that's what you want as well. There's a lot of those people down here. Again, make sure that you get in the area. Again, I will pay any amount of money to get close to opportunity, but I'll pay even more money to get my kids closer to opportunity. If you're watching this video, I highly suspect that you're like that as well. There's a lot of opportunity down here. There's a lot of opportunity for your kids down here. Listen, I'm a real estate investor, right? You know me. If you follow anything I do, you know that I'm a real estate investor. You know I love real estate. I also sell real estate down here. That's how much I love it. There's a lot of reasons to move here. Number one, the real estate's great. Number two, the no state income tax is a game changer, especially if you're a high income earner. Like zero income tax is a wonderful game changer. You'd be amazed when your accountant says, nope, this is all it's going to owe you this year. I'm like, wow, okay, cool, fantastic. But more importantly, come down to Florida. At least fly down and check it out. The best time to come down and check this place out is February. You will be amazed because it's cold everywhere else and everybody's got their heater on and they're all bundled up and you land here and you're like, wow, I could do this. That's what happened to me. I came down here in January of 2022 and I loved it. In fact, I pulled up a radar on my house, on my the temperature in where I lived out in Colorado, and it was 74 degrees here. I was like, I could do this. I could really do this. And I want to encourage you, at least check it out. Don't write off the Palm Beaches. You know you want to move here. It is absolutely wonderful. I'm selling you on it, right? Like right now, I got the best tan of my life. I feel good. Let me just throw that out there. I feel good. I love getting that sunlight. You can't do that in those cold environments because you got to stay bundled up. I really think there is something to vitamin D. Listen, I love it here. I would love to see you here. If you need any help relocating here, real estate, moving, traveling, if you want to just fly in for a weekend, I can give you a tour around the area. If you're looking to do something like that, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Jason Rash. I would love to help you get here and get your toes in the sand while all the other friends are freezing, because I know you're tired of shoveling snow and it's time to get down here. Thank you so much. We got more videos on the way. Feel free to like and subscribe because we're going to be talking about Palm Beach all day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.